Hello and welcome to The Looking Glass. So, after yume nikki became popular, a lot of people started making yume nikki fan games, so the same concept as yume nikki, but just different RPG maker games, including this one. This one was made by Bleed or Pixel Boom. I will post a link. Skip introduction. No, give me the introduction. I will post a link to the blog of the developer down in the description, so you can have a look and download it yourself, preferably in the reverse order. Go home, eat, go on the computer, read a book, play a game, go to sleep. Very relatable already. I would doodle on my homework more than pay attention. So my life pretty much was typical. Just yesterday I spent all afternoon watching TV instead of doing stuff like studying. It was just another normal night for me. It sounds like... For a moment I thought that the banging in the background music was someone walking down the hallway just now. Fun fact about this game, a remake is being made as we speak, so that's quite exciting, and also a reason why I jumped to showing you this game right after finishing yume nikki. I expected to hit my face on cold glass. Instead, it felt like cold zinc brushed against my face. My hands hit cold wood. And when I opened my eyes, I was on the other side of the mirror. So, instead of the alternative world that you move to being a dream world, there is a mirror world. So that kind of forces the game to have a bit more context than yume nikki in most of the areas. But it does raise some questions about some of the things you see in the game. Still, very nice, cute concept. Also, it has a social RPG aspect, because the game starts with some dialogue and just typical RPG stuff, you know, walking around. We won't walk this slowly for the entire game, just inside the classroom. Irene, you've spent the past few days holding your head in your hands like that in homeroom. I read that sentence completely wrong. May I ask what's the matter? Oh, there's nothing wrong, Miss Mason. I've just been really tired lately. Are you absolutely sure there's nothing wrong? I promise there isn't. Well, do me a favor and visit the school nurse. I just want to be sure that you're not sick. Tell her it's important, okay? Sure thing, Miss Mason. See you tomorrow. So I won't be doing funny voices for this playthrough. I might do that for Fleshchild, which is another yume nikki fan game, also developed by the same person who made this game. We can just chat with people. They usually have a second thing to say. Ah, locker. Alright, we should go to the school nurse, but I'm just going to check my locker first. It's the only recognizable one. Yeah, Irene's notebook is essentially just the controls for the game, the instructions. And we can have a look around in all the other classrooms. It does actually give you a nice school area to explore, though you cannot use the staircases. So this is the nurse's office, but we won't go there yet. Here is some very small looking girl. Yeah, she can tell us a secret. I think that Theresa is a really bad person. She makes fun of my height a lot, and it's not very pleasant. Aw, bless her heart. Actually, before we visit the school nurse, yeah, I know we're supposed to think it's urgent, let's try to track down Theresa. Maybe she has something to say. I believe this is McKaylee. Yes, I was right. Nothing inside the toilets. I love that. I can imagine that programming a dynamic mirror, and yeah, I'm totally with you there, Irene. A dynamic mirror sounds like a really annoying thing to program, so I quite like that bit of backstory. If that's even the reason behind it, I don't know. I believe this is Theresa. So, okay, so we cannot talk to her about, you know, her bullying Anne. I do wonder what she's doing in the teacher's lounge after all the teachers have gone home. That's really weird. But hey, maybe that's just her kind of thing. I know we're like kind of a rebel girl, at least that's what I thought is implied in the game. But that's really rude, that's really impolite, you shouldn't do that. Again, I was a goody good shoes in high school, despite never doing homework. I'm rambling a lot, let me just quickly cut to the school nurse. There we are. We seem to be quite fine, if a bit exhausted, so that's good. Okay. She forgot to lock the door, so now we can have a look at what she wrote about us. Also, I hope you're enjoying seeing all of these characters, because for the majority of the game, you will never see them again. There is one effect that triggers being transported back to the school, and of course you can transport back to the school via the debug room, but still. Anyway, around this place with the real world, it should be alarming, it would be alarming, but she does look tired like she said. Still, something doesn't seem right with her. I'll keep my findings and ask for a follow-up. If anything abnormal happens, I'll call her parents. Yeah, you might note I'm really bad at reading out loud. When I read a sentence, I have to kind of like internalize the sentence and then I can say it, so I cannot speak while I'm reading. Just a bit like how I can't speak while I'm playing a game, so this is really the right hobby for me. But yeah, now we can walk home, which we will do. Yeah, in the house there are a few references to yume and some yume fan games, like the yes, this portrait is the pattern on Madotsuki's sweater, so that's a nice little touch. But now we're in our room, and of course the first thing you do when you have a magic mirror in your room is go to the computer. Cute little attention to detail. Hang on, sorry, one of my keys was a bit sticky. If we press the heart.txt, this happens. But yeah, you have some backgrounds you can change, you can load save files, and you can save your game, of course. So now that we've done that, I will lock the door, and we will step through the mirror.